What up, world? Welcome back. I am Masculinity Architect Dwayne Langham. This is the Ave, Yolo Ave, the road least traveled, and you have just tuned in for another Leap Year Challenge. 365 days, a leap year, quantum leap in results and breakthroughs, tracking it all the way through. Today is April 23rd, day 134 of 365, bringing you along for the ride. Thank you for joining. Today, I'm going to do a follow-up, deep dive, update into my health journey. So I shared a video a few weeks back and I've had a breakthrough, some progress. I really got down to the bottom of what has not been working for me, my body, and my diet. And I'm getting the results, y'all. As of right now, weighed in on the scale, 253. 53. That's magnanimous because a few weeks ago, for a few months now, I'd say at the top of the year is when I really dialed in. And I've been in the 260s, 270s. And I'll tell you what's been crazy is the experience. And you saw it on the frustration. Go look up the other video. That's frustrating as hell to put forth the effort because I work really fucking hard. When it comes to health and fitness, I've always been a gym rat. You know, since the 8th grade, I was introduced to exercise. This journey has been 27 years. Since I was 13, wanted to go to prom. That's where it all started. Oh, let me get in shape so I can get a date. You know, about 33, that was 7 years ago. Losing over 100 pounds. 378, my oldest daughter was born. 254. And as you know, the 7 years since, still going for a six-pack and wanting it as a lifestyle, not something temporary. Because when I stopped what I was doing to get down to 254, I went back up at the highest at 290. And so since then, I've been plant-based, I'd say carb sparing, but I have not gone without. But it was keto and intermittent fasting that were the bulk of getting my weight down. Just having that type of discipline to only eat this or to only eat at these times. And of course, that's not a lifestyle for me. I'm a flexitarian. I don't believe in any one particular thing. And so probably for the longest, I will say a solid 3 to 4 years while I ate in sight, but I primarily focused on plant-based foods. You know, and just recognizing, you saw the video, saw Creed, that was 2 years ago. And I made some progress. I've started running since I was 36, like all kinds of things consistently. That is how it takes 27 years. Go from 378 to a six-pack on my own. Haven't had trainer, nutritionist, like all Yolo Ave, you only live once. My experience, what I truly benefit is that I didn't just follow a plan or a fad. And also, I kind of appreciate growing up because I'm aging backwards. And I'm watching all my friends and family balloon and age the fuck up. So there's a benefit to that. But beyond that, I appreciate learning the skills. I appreciate learning the value of discipline. I appreciate having the exposure at a young age where it was socially imprinted, how uncomfortable, how much I did not like it. And it's crazy in my 30s and 40s to be coming to find my body. Cuts, you know, muscles. I've been in the gym, right? I've always been exercising, but actually being able to see those muscles, to see the gains, the rewards, everything. I've always been a big guy, yeah, great, but you can't actually see definition. You can't. I didn't work core until maybe the last year or two, honestly, because I've always had a layer of fat over it. What's the point? And as you saw, I think in that last video, a bit of an outburst of how frustrating that can feel when I still don't have it so long and I feel just stuck. But I am working hard as fuck. Being as disciplined, I would say. So this stint, this diving in, year 2024, it was towards the end of the year where I just had to accept, you know, the progress I was making with the Creed gains, the new dedication and everything, just being stalled, not actually being there, not hitting the goal. I've never been below. I think I weighed in one time at 248. I was probably plant-based, fasting heavily. When I hit that 254, by the way, losing the 100 pounds, it was fasting up to 7 days at water, I think protein at best, but often having to, because I like to work out, often having dial back the workouts because that has, you know, after 3 days training like I train, you'll kill yourself. Headaches, lethargy, all kinds of symptoms. But this year, I went off of plant-based and said, what do I need to learn? What do I need to know? And so I've gotten a scale. I dove back in and consumed all kinds of new, fresh content and takes, even the stuff I'd already know, keto, intermittent fasting, actually looking into the carnivore diet, looking to understand what things are out there, and already knowing a bit of what made a difference, carbs and sugars. ketosis, what my body responds to. Not that I need to be plant-based and because I still eat fruits. Understanding that the heavy consumption of carb does not do well with inflammation, bloating, the water I retain to process and digest. Like, I understand what the body's doing. I just don't like it for a week because I'm always going to snap right back. But for a week, I'm delayed. And so if you can imagine, for years, I've been delaying and holding myself back week for week. So this year, actually measuring the macros, understanding grams of carbs, and measuring everything out. And I did start, I think, 2,500, because based on my actual weight, the TDE, the daily intake, would actually be. But to get to my goal weight, it's going to be something different. And, you know, I shared in that video, I'm terrified to add more calories. I'm beguffled to see people smaller than me working out, I would imagine, as hard as me, because honestly, I train like a fucking professional athlete. The hours, calories, steps, commitment of workouts, I'm not like, you know, on the phone, on Instagram type shit, resting. I'm not that guy holding up the machine. No, I'm in and out, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, get it in, get it done. Cardio, like, I don't do anything light. I'm gonna max it out, high interval cardio multiple times, 3 days a week, bitch, I wish I would. The frustrations of working that hard and still being at plateaus in progress. And getting this dialed in, adding in carbs, and pretty much eating everything, and dialing in the macros, and digital scale to weigh myself and get the body mass index, giving me data points, which is really good. And because I had the dedication and commitment, and I've always had the long-term discipline, I've been able to watch and track and understand my body to really know, yeah, I can fluctuate 7 pounds. But again, after months on the last video, still floating 260 to 270. So a couple of things. Shout out to the OG Brandon Cotter. Had a supplement stack on there, very powerful, but I'm not about the easy button. I'll tell you exactly what I've dialed in. So the supplement stack, we'll get that out the way quickly. 3 components: caffeine, ephedra, and ketone aid. And oh my God, that stuff is brilliant. Do your research on it. It's not actually recommended or prescribed as a weight loss supplement. It's actually for energy and mental focus. However, what I found, because I initially took it at the prescribed dosage, and actually, instead of taking the double dosage, the actual dosage at the beginning of the day, taking half of it at the end of the day and beginning of the day has given me the best results. And caffeine, coffee, as always, I'll let you go check out his content, where and how that ephedra looks. But combined, it has opened up some things. I will say, for the time, I can now recognize, just as I've seen beforehand, me having a sugar addiction. When I was losing the first 100 pounds, refeeding, getting carbs, you know, giving myself the benefit at the end of the week, which would mean go buy a fucking pack, not a single pack, the you know, the bigger one, the 2-3 servings of M&Ms type shit, and getting to see where I don't want to do this anymore, but wait, I keep having urges and I keep doing it week for week. Oh fuck, this is what addiction feels. Sugar has been the one substance, and I've tried quite a few, that has actually let me know that this is an addiction, something I don't want to, and I don't have the power to stop. Like, I'm having to will myself. I don't have an addictive personality. So just in distinguishing that allowed me to turn it off. I'm pretty cold turkey, whatever I need to do, but that was the first true addiction. So what is it that's flipped now? I've dialed in the calories. About 16 to 1900 calories, which lines up lean. That's for where I want to be, about 220. And I'm watching the scale drop. The supplement stack is there. And what that's given me, where I said the addiction was on one side of the spectrum, sugar. On the other side, I've now had the experience. This is what I got. I know it says raises your metabolism. What I've actually experienced is a subsiding of my appetite. In all of my life, I've never identified as an emotional eater, stress eater. I played video games, sat at home eating a lot of food by myself as a kid. Likely was not stimulated, left alone, neglected, whatever, unsupervised, kid habits, ravenous of whatever the fuck you think, and before getting into sports, playing football at the age of 13. But with that, some horrible habits that led to my childhood health. I've never had the experience of, like, when I'm sad, let me go eat. So I can't really identify with emotional eating. What I can say is that for the first time in my life, I experienced having to think about food. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big guy. I train a lot. I work out a lot. I go hard at everything. Everything big has always been my style. My appetite, my taste, the amount of food, the amount of meat. Before I went into plant-based, give me all the meats. Even right now, I ate a salad. My salad bowls are this fucking big, quite literally. Half a bag, a salad kit, mixing toppings and stuff together. It's a salad, it's my size salad. So go big or go home has always been approach and attitude, and never too intentional. But this has been the first experience with that supplement stack where I could actually find myself putting off eating, and not intentionally. Like, oh, it's time. I only eat 4 hours a day. That's another thing. My intermittent fasting. I'm fasting 20 hours a fucking day. You serious to not get results? But inside that window, the caffeine, supplements, and all that appetite suppressant, all of that, really suppressing my appetite. And I'll fuck around, dive back in. I'll go in a little bit. Give me 30 minutes. Keep doing some work, and like 2 hours go by. My hunger just gone. Like, I mentally know I need to eat to maintain calories for my goal, but I no longer feel ravenous, hungry like I've always felt all my life. I need food, I need to eat. I just now, I've had discipline. Intermittent fasting, ketosis, like I've had to do disciplined things. I'm not a weak-minded individual. This has been the experience of actually knowing what it's like to not be run by hunger. And I will say that alone has been a superpower, because it's taken the effort that I've had to execute the discipline and adding a subsiding, an actual appetite suppressant. It has made a huge difference. Now, aside from that, what actually has helped me is dialing in the macros, knowing that I need this much protein and knowing how to monitor my carbs and sugars and fats. Another thing, protein sparing, modified fast, hyperketosis. These are the names I've heard it. It's odd as fuck to describe, but it really just means purely protein and greens, lean meat protein, no fats, no carbs. I do that twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. Combining those two things, and I have actually seen the results. It's crazy to think of like something happening that rapidly. And here's where it contradicts, because they say don't do it, hyperketosis specifically, while training, because you don't want to be depleting your body of what it needs doing that sort of thing without the nutrients. So my workaround for that, I do always incorporate protein. That's a thing for me. Branched chain amino acids, protein. I don't care what type of fasting I'm doing. I'm always keeping that in because I like to go hard. I like to work out. I like to intensify everything. Clean protein. Now you do have to get constipated or backed up. So don't just downing a bunch of protein shakes to make that work. So you got to be mindful of everything. For me, that's been my experience. But with that, on these days, oh yeah, a definite 1 to 3 pound weight loss on the scale. Clockwork. That's another factor. So overall, dropping the calories, 16 to 1900 calories, while keeping about my target is 200 grams of protein. Twice a week, Monday and Thursday. I maybe get 30 grams in all dietary, everything, fats and carbs, really. Minimal, 0. Veggies, lean meat. Veggies, lean meat. I do whole eggs instead of egg whites, which is more fat than you're supposed to have. But again, protein sparing, modified fast, do whatever's for your lifestyle. That amount of fat in the eggs, I'll take it. There's enough protein in it, make up for me. So I just do that. Beyond that, 20 hours of fasting every day. But that's not necessarily new for me. I've always kind of maintained a much as you can do kind of mindset, go big or go home. But I'm seeing the results. I'm 253. That is down 20 pounds. And here's the kicker. As you can tell, new scene. I didn't really touch on that. Actually, this is my first time recording. I just had to batch a whole bunch of thoughts that I put together because with the move and everything transitioning. But the kicker, since I've been down here 2 weeks, first week I went and got a crumble cookie, went out, had some drinks, hanging out with family, had some fried foods and stuff. You know, still within range-ish, but the fried foods, alcohol, fucking crumble cookie, like obvious carbs, sugars, refined sugars, all the shit. And so weight goes back up and it comes back down. But I understand and respect and expect that. The next week I had a binge out for some reason, and little bags of chips, Oreo cookies, like shit around the house. I was just going and indulging. Had an extra yogurt parfait as my natural sugar replacement. That's my dessert. Some granola, chop up an apple, Greek yogurt, and cranberries, a little cinnamon on top. Like, that's my sugar escape. Natural. Carb sugars, yes, I understand, and it gets me from needing the refined sugars, grabbing a fucking bag of M&Ms type shit. Anyway, I say all that. I had an extra yogurt and some junk food, carb food around the house. Not all my family members are on the healthy tip, so I went binging, scrounging for that. Today's Wednesday. Monday, I was at 263. I was at 252 the week, or, you know, like the Friday before going into the weekend. Had that binge day, and 263 on Monday, 257 this morning. Go and do my morning workout, 10,000 steps, 253. So I know it fluctuates and drops, but what I really got And also, since I've been down here, I haven't touched dairy from a context of like cheese, sprinkled cheese, shredded cheese. And I haven't prioritized it. Not like I meant to, it's just I know that it doesn't necessarily add the best benefit, dairy in the diet. But carbs have been non-existent. I don't even think I've had a French fry since I've been there. I'll do whole carbs, simple carbs. I'm actually about to go chop up a sweet potato, throw it in the air fryer with some broccoli, 2 fillets, and everything dialed in on the app. I got a biometric scale for my weight. I got a weight scale for my food. My baby got me. And yeah, everything's just dialed in and meticulous, but I'm 20 pounds down. I'm making the progress. Like this is what I've always wanted. I'm the type that I can do and execute all the fucking time. Masculinity architect. I'm functional. Yes, sir. Reporting for duty. I just need to see the progress. And this is the first. That's my whole routine. This is what I can say. And I'm going to go deeper into the health or the fitness element, because bodybuilding, split workouts, full body workouts, cardio, high intensity cardio, biking, swimming, running, all kinds of things that I can add to the mix. 10,000 steps, like, yeah, I've got a lot of knowledge and expertise to speak from. Certified trainer, no. 27 years, and I just made a video on that actually. If you want to master something, you want to be the best at something, do it for 10,000 hours, which takes 10 years. Do it for 20 years, it'll be your fucking purpose. And you've been watching this journey. You've been coming along for this journey, and I'm happy to be vulnerably sharing it because I've helped people along the way. I know the struggle is fucking real. And I enjoy the facet that you get to see it. Go watch those first videos. Who the fuck was that guy? Right? This is me. This is here. And one day I'm going to be revealing, you know, the six pack up under this bitch. But I'm happy to be sharing this journey because it's fucking real. And it's not easy. And there's no prescribed. Just get out there and do it. Get out there and live it. Don't stop. Don't give up. If I can do this shit for 27 years, what can you accomplish? It only takes 3 to 6 months, to be honest, if you do the stuff. If you invest in yourself, if you get the information, you get a coach, get a nutritionist, do the things, shortcut it, or do it my way. Go figure it out yourself. But one thing I can say that I enjoy is I speak from experience. I can speak from what my body has done. I have gone from damn near 400 pounds to fucking 200 pounds. I have been up under 500 pounds under squat racks and shit. I have done these things, lived this life, executed this diet, seen my body in ketosis, seen my body fasted, know that I can go 7 days without eating, know what kind of workouts I can do. You only live once, and I'm going to do that shit to the best of my fucking ability. But thank you for coming along for the journey. The goal, just to share, is 225, which I've never. In the 6th grade, I was 216 pounds. That was the first time as a adolescent I started actually monitoring or being aware of my weight. I didn't find sports until 8th grade. I think I was 286 by then. So 2 years later, you can see the trajectory I was on. And I've been hooked because I figured out health and fitness was my way out. And this is me 27 years later. It's a lifelong process, and it's absolutely fucking worth it, because every inch, every new wardrobe, all the clothes I can no longer wear, the clothes that are constantly, even right now, something skin tight that's now loosey-goosey, should have got a size smaller, like the motivation pieces I keep that one day I'm going to wear this and it's going to look right. This is my journey. You only live once. The Ave, Yolo Ave, the road least traveled. And I practice what the fuck I preach. So I spread the word as motivation. I've watched a lot of health influencers, you know, coaches and all the like, the ones that already have the results and the ones who are just honest about showing their progress. And I'm happy to share my journey and hope it inspires and helps somebody. Because I'm enjoying the fuck out of the ride. And it's not always happy. It doesn't always feel good, but it's rewarding as fuck for the power that I'm gaining. To understanding, knowing that I'm aging backwards, you know, tapped into my hormones, my testosterone, my everything, my sleep. Like, life is for the living. Get out there and live you some. In the meantime, I'll be right here, being the best version of myself, wishing you the best and only success. The question is, who are you going to be? Peace.